Hello YouTubers! 1 week less to the AFL draft, and I have decided to do another mock 2025 AFL first round of draft. Since I released my video on the 1st of November, I have been reading more articles and I have been re-evaluating my 1st of November mock draft. There are some changes in player draft positions, and hence I am doing this video just before the draft, less than 1 week. Can't wait. Woohoo! Before we continue, I would like to ask for a very small favour. If you enjoy this AFL content, please take a sec to subscribe to the channel and like the video. That would be awesome. Okay, let's return back to the show. Week 1, we have West Coast. I got the Eagles selecting Willem Duursma, 190cm midfielder, defender, utility, who plays for Gibson Power under 18s. This kid can play anywhere on the field, excluding ruck. He is so athletic with his versatility, and he can play off halfback, midfield, or half forward. He's that good, and you think he'll start off in halfback to complement Gimby for West Coast Eagles. A lot of experts compare Duursma to the 2002 #1 draft pick in BJ, Brendan Goddard, who can just play anywhere on the field. He stays in the same draft position compared to my November 1st mock draft. With pick 2, West Coast Eagles, I've got the Eagles selecting Zeke Uwland from Gold Coast Academy. He's a 187 utility. However, given that Uwland is under the Gold Coast Academy, I've got the Suns matching that pick, and I've got the Suns taking Zeke Uwland with pick 2. Zeke Uwland is a midfielder of elite kicking. We are talking about a Jordan Dawson or Eric Gordon type. If you add his elite kicking to the power of Rao, Anson's elite kicking, the two-way hard run of Miller, the power of Humphreys, and new recruit Petrarca, what a midfield that the Suns will have going forward. He stays in the same draft position compared to my November 1st mock draft. With pick 3, back to West Coast Eagles, I've got the Eagles selecting Sullivan Robey, 192cm forward midfielder from the Eastern Range under 18s. What can I say? Robey, he's too good not to take at this pick. A forward and midfielder that has good hands and is powerful in the clearances. In the Rangers grand final win over the Dragons, he had 13 disposals and 4 goals. What a big time player in a big game. He will be part of West Coast next generation midfields to complement Harley Reid. With the Eagles not taking Cooper Duff-Tyler at this pick, I can see the Eagles taking a key position player with their next first rounder pick, which is likely to be in the mid-teens. For my November 1st mock draft, Robey moves up 1 spot to pick 3. With pick 4, we have the Tigers on the board, and with this pick, Richmond select Daniel Annable from the Brisbane Lions Academy. Unfortunately for the Tigers, Annable is from the Lions Academy, and therefore I got the Brisbane Lions matching the bid at pick 4, and therefore Annable is taken by the Lions. He's a 182cm midfielder. He's a strong body contested mid that plays like Josh Dunkley, another great midfielder. He's added to the Lions to complement the Ashcroft brothers Sam Marshall that were taken in the recent drafts. Also to add to the purchase players of Neil, Dunkley, McCluggage, Bailey and Berry. He will be able to learn off Dunkley. What a great recruit for the Lions. He stays in the same draft position compared to my November 1st mock draft. Richmond back on board with pick 5. I've got the Tigers selecting Dylan Patterson from Gold Coast Academy. Unfortunately for the Tigers, Patterson belongs to the Gold Coast Suns Academy, and I've got the Suns matching that pick, and at pick 5, the Suns select Dylan Patterson, a 183cm halfback defender from Gold Coast Suns Academy. He's a powerful running halfback with speed, and it reminds me of Lachlan Aish when he was drafted, but Patterson is so fast. In 5 years' time, I could see him in the midfield and add more power and pace to the already stacked Suns' powerful engine room. He stays in the same draft position compared to my November 1st mock draft. Pick 6, back to Richmond again. I've got the Tigers selecting Xavier Taylor, and the reason I've got the Tigers selecting Taylor. Given that last year, Richmond took in so many midfielders and key position tolls in the 2024 draft, I've got the Tigers taking more of a need, and Xavier Taylor fits that need. He's a defender who can play on tolls and smalls and rebound off half back. Plays like Nick Molstein. Super reliable. Taylor will be part of Richmond's long-term defence, and he can learn from the veteran in Molstein. From my November 1st mock draft, Taylor moves up one spot to pick 6. Pick 7, Richmond. I've got the Tigers selecting Sam Cumming, a 186cm midfield half-forward from North Adelaide in the SANFL. Sam Cumming is a midfield forward that is explosive and wins contested ball. In the senior SANFL game for North Adelaide, he kicked 3 goals in the game and had 21 disposals. A high-end talent added to the forward line to place of Baker and Bolton that the Tigers trade out in the 2024 trade period. From my November 1st mock draft, Cumming moves up 8 spots to pick 7. With pick 8, I've got Essendon. Big drop in my mock draft. I've got the Bombers taking Cooper Duff-Tyler. The Bombers get the player they wanted. A ruck forward for the Calder Cannons who has good skills for a tall player, standing at 200cm. What a full line that the Bombers are building in the future that consists of Duff-Tyler, Caddy as your 2 tolls, plus Kako. Cooper Duff-Tyler could be a fillful type. From my November 1st mock draft, Duff-Tyler drops 5 spots to pick 8. With pick 9, Essendon, I've got the Bombers taking Dyson Sharp, a 188cm midfielder from Central Districts in the SANFL. Sharp is a strong contested inside midfield who played 14 games in the SANFL Men's League team for Central District. The Bombers need to stockpile their midfield given the departures of Shield, Hobbs and Setterfield. He stays in the same draft position compared to my November 1st mock draft. With pick 10, I got the Melbourne Demons on board. And with this pick, the Demons take Harry Dean. 193cm defender, a good interceptor defender from Murray and Reigns. However, Dean is under Cowan Farn's son, and therefore I got the Blues matching that bid, and therefore counted and taking Harry Dean with pick 10. He is the best key defender in the draft and is tied to the Blues. He is a modern day Jacob Wiedering as he takes interceptor marks and is pretty quick for his height. He has got one of the best defenders to learn his craft from in Jacob Wiedering. He stays in the same draft position compared to my November 1st mock draft. With pick 11, back to the D's. I got Melbourne selecting Jacob Farrow, 187cm defender, halfback that can play in the midfield. He is from West Perth. A tall halfback defender with elite kicking. He could be the next Dawson or Hayden Young type to start in defence and eventually transition into the midfield. Long term, he will be in the midfield for Melbourne, and Farrow will complement well with Langford and Lindsay in the midfield for Melbourne in the coming future for the next 10 years. He stays in the same draft position compared to my November 1st mock draft. Pick 12, I got Melbourne selecting Lachy Dovaston, 177cm small forward from the Eastern Range under 18s. Lachy is the best small forward available in this year's draft. He is too good to refuse at this pick, and he plays like the Wizard Watson. By selecting Lachy, the D's can play Sullivan more in the midfield. From my November 1st mock draft, Dovaston jumps up 5 spots to pick 12. Pick 13, we got Hawthorn on board. And with this pick, the Hawks select Josh Lindsay, 181cm defender, halfback, who plays for Geelong under 18s. He has a brilliant left foot and playing off halfback with his elite kicking skills will suit very well with the Hawks when they transition off halfback. From my November 1st mock draft, Lindsay jumps up 6 spots to pick 13. With pick 14, I've got Carlton selecting Aiden Schubert, 198cm centre forward key position forward from Central Districts in the SANFL. He's a key position forward who played for Centrals in the SANFL, and he will be a long-term replacement for Charlie Kerner, who the Blues traded out to the Swans. From my November 1st mock draft, Schubert jumps up 2 spots to pick 14. With pick 15, I've got GWS Giants, and I've got the Giants selecting Jevan Phillipou, 183cm midfielder or forward who plays for Woodville West Side Eagles in the SANFL. Phillipou missed SA's winning State Carnival Under-18 team due to the injuries. He is a midfield or forward who is very athletic and is very good on the ground and takes the game on with either foot. The Giants need to find long-term replacements for Josh Kelly and Stephen Cook-Nicolio in the midfield. For my November 1st mock draft, Phillipou jumps up 3 spots to number 15. With pick 16, we got West Coast Eagles, and this is more of a need, with the Eagles selecting Archie Ludowyke, a 197cm centre-half-foot key position player from the Sandham Dragons Under-18s. Ludowyke is a tall forward who likes to fly for his marks. Long-term, Ludowyke will complement well with Waterman and Job Shanahan. For my November 1st mock draft, Ludowyke jumps up 5 spots to pick number 16. With pick 17, I got the Western Bulldogs on board. The Bulldogs select Sam Grlj, a 181cm midfielder or defender from the Oakley Chargers Under-18s. Grlj is very fast and evasive and likes to take the game on super fast. He is the long-term replacement for Jason Johansson. From my November 1st mock draft, Grlj drops 10 spots down to pick 17. With pick 18, we've got the Crows on board. And with this pick, the LA Crows select Latrelle Sumner-Pickett, 179cm small forward from the Glenelg in the SANFL. With this pick, the Crows are going for a player with pace and X factor. The Crows don't get their midfield, however, they get a player with pace for which it allows them to rotate both Rankin and Rochetti into the midfield and still having quality small forwards in the forward line during these rotations. For my November 1st mock draft, I had Sumner-Pickett in the second rounder, and now he jumps up to the first rounder. With pick 19, we got Geelong, and we got the Cats selecting Mitch Marsh, 191cm forward from West Adelaide in the SANFL. Marsh plays as a third tall in a forward line. However, with Geelong's home ground, where you can usually only cater 2 key forwards, long term I can see Marsh and Neil being the key forwards after Cameron's retirement. From my November 1st mock draft, Marsh drops 5 spots to pick 19. With pick 20, we got Fremantle on board, and with this pick, we got the Dockers selecting Noah Hibbins-Hargreaves, 186cm forward midfielder from the Dandenong Stingrays Under-18s. Hibbins-Hargreaves has a great overhead mark, very accurate in front of goal, and he uses the ball beautifully around the ground. More midfield depth to add to Fremantle. From my November 1st mock draft, Hibbins-Hargreaves drops 7 spots to pick 20. With pick 21, we've got Essendon, and with this pick, we've got the Bombers selecting Harley Barker, 187cm wing from Sturt in the SANFL. Barker did his knee after the State Carnival. However, Barker has speed on the outside with a booming kick. He plays on the wing and also on halfback. Will be available in mid to late season 2026. From my November 1st mock draft, Barker drops down 1 spot to pick 21. For my last pick in the first rounder, given that the Lions and Gold Coast Suns used up all their picks to meet up the points, this is the last pick of the first rounder. And pick 22, I got Hawthorn selecting Oliver Greeves. Greeves is a ball getter that likes to get into contests. He averaged 25 disposals and 0.3 goals per game in Under-18s for Eastern Rangers. He will complement well in the Hawks midfield of Newcombe and Day. From my November 1st mock draft, Greeves dropped down 10 spots to pick 22. These are my first rounders of my mock 2025 AFL draft, and the second rounders will consist of many Farn Suns, Northern Academy, and NGA, which I didn't do in this mock draft. And you can see my discussion in my 1st November mock draft, and I'll have a link to this video in this YouTube channel, which describe about my mock second rounder drafts. Thank you for watching my video, and it will be appreciated if you can subscribe and comment to my videos. Hopefully you enjoyed my video, and see you next time. Cheers or bye.